Hey, Dad.
Yes, dear?
I have a question.
What is it?
Where do babies come from?
Go ask your mother.
Hey, Mom.
Yes, dear.
I have a question.
What would you like to know?
Where do babies come from?
Why don't you go ask your father?
He said to ask you.
Look over there. That is where babies come from.
You knew we had to do it right. Hey, Q, I really know about this.
Well, honey, let me explain meiosis. Meiosis has two parts, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Before meiosis 1 begins, the DNA in the cell's nucleus replicates. The first step of meiosis 1 is prophase 1. The DNA, which exists as chromatin, condenses into chromosomes. This colorful mix of rubber bands represents the chromatin in the cell's nucleus. They will condense into chromosomes. Here is the beginning of prophase 1. These gummy worms are the chromosomes. Each chromosome is composed of two sister chromatids. An exciting thing happens during this phase, crossing over. Crossing over is the exchange of corresponding segments of DNA by non-sister chromatids. Each homologous pair has one or more chiasmata, which is where crossing over occurs. Notice how the gummy worms exchange ends. While all of this is happening in the nucleus, the spindle, which is shown by the red strings, begins to form in the cytoplasm. The gummy bears are the centrosomes, which travel towards opposite poles of the cell. At the end of prophase 1, the bright pink nuclear envelope begins to break down and eventually disappears. The next phase is metaphase. The microtubules of the spindle attach to the kinetochores on the homologous chromosomes and align them on the metaphase plate. Once the chromosomes are aligned, the next phase begins. The next phase is anaphase. The chromosomes, led by the microtubules, move towards opposite ends of the cell. This brings us to the final phase of meiosis 1, telophase. Telophase and cytokinesis is where the cytoplasm of the cell divides into two. The spindle disappears. Microfilaments contract under the surface of the cell, causing the cleavage furrow. This divides the cell into two equal daughter cells. Meiosis 1 is now complete. Meiosis 2 occurs in each of the two daughter cells, but only one of the daughter cells is shown. Meiosis 2 has similar phases to meiosis 1, but there are some differences. Before meiosis 2, replication does not occur. At the beginning of prophase 2, the spindle reappears. In metaphase 2, the microtubules of the spindle attach to the kinetochores of the sister chromatids instead and align the chromosomes on the metaphase plate. Anaphase 2 begins and the sister chromatids separate and travel towards opposite ends of the cell. Finally, in telophase 2 and cytokinesis, the nuclear envelope reappears and the cleavage furrow separates the cells into two daughter cells, each with half the original number of chromosomes. This results in a total of 4 daughter cells. Meiosis is now complete.
Teach me how to bucket, teach me how to bucket, teach me how to bucket, teach me how to bucket.
I'm a badges loving, I'm a badges loving, I'm a badges loving. You ain't messing with my bucket.